Okay, I'm live. All right, so I finally found a place where I've got 4 bars. So I've got 4 full bars. I'm hoping that I'm not disconnected again. If you've been up and on and off with me, thanks for bearing with this. I'm not like in the middle of nowhere. I'm actually near a, pretty busy area. So anyway, so here we go. All right. So, so we've got this Metro pilot, and his statement seems to be like, just based on the ability to cross-check his facts, his statement seems to be super powerful. It's a super powerful statement because you can cross-check Officer Woolard's facts across multiple time points. I mean, he even has like a GPS tracker on him with Flight Radar 24. So he's in controlled airspace, Class B airspace. You could follow him on Flight Radar 24. He announces his position to air traffic control. He talks as Air 5 on Broadcastify. You can hear him a few times. And you can see him on video too. So Officer Woolard's statement, one of the most interesting things to follow. So, and he has FLIR footage, so you can even see what he was looking at least from one vantage point on FLIR. Okay, so Officer Woolard is on FLIR, and he comes down the Vegas Strip from Tropicana, and we can see this on one of the Raymond Page videos, when Raymond Page's car, one of those videos where they load people in the back of a pickup and then they go up north, up the strip. A helicopter comes screaming down. I believe that's Brian Woolard in his Metro 5 helicopter. So he comes screaming down, and yeah, so he comes screaming down. Oh, that's weird. I got a weird reflection on my shirt, like a green dot. That was weird. So anyway, he comes screaming down, and he says that he doesn't see a broken window. And on FLIR, we can see he does multiple passes. He does multiple passes by the helicopter. So how could that be? How could this pilot, who has FLIR capability, I mean, we see, well, I'll show this in another video later on, where they show on the FLIR how clear the broken windows are. I mean, they're clear as day. But not only, so apparently he could not see these visually. He says that there were some reflections, and there are reflections, but he could not see these visually. So that's weird. Like what was that all about? So anyway, I think it's just interesting. It's very interesting for us to sort of evaluate what happened with, because Officer Woolard's statement, it seems extremely clear and extremely honest. Not that the other statements aren't, I'm not commenting on those, but you can back up almost everything Woolard says, you could back it up with another reference, right? So this is what's interesting. Officer Woolard says, I did not see a broken window. There were 2 broken windows in the biggest mass shooting in U.S. history, and he has got a FLIR camera with incredible optics on it. And we see how good these optics are later on, because later on we see broken windows in that FLIR footage. But when he comes in, I didn't see a broken window in that FLIR footage. Other channels were saying, yeah, but there was smoke, so there had to be a broken window because there was smoke. And then, you've got another officer's statement who's not in a helicopter, who pulled out his binoculars and said, oh, yeah, I see a broken window. I see a dude standing in that broken window because I got binoculars. So not for nothing, but a FLIR camera is a lot better than binoculars, okay? A FLIR camera from a helicopter right in front of a building is a little bit better than binoculars, okay? So I think that's something that folks have to realize. Yeah, this is interesting. Woolard's statement is probably one of the most important statements we're gonna observe in this entire FOIA document drop. It's, hi, Mr. Martin. Yeah, you know what? It'll come back. It'll come back. I think a lot of people are just sitting back to see what we come up with. Again, look at that. Look at that. See that reflection on my chest? That's weird. Weirdest thing is my watch. I don't know. It's the weirdest thing. Anyway, there it is. There it is right there. Like right on my chest. Where's that coming from? Let's see. Let's see. Where's it coming from? Where is that coming from? That was so weird. Oh, it's an angle. Just an angle from my phone. Oh, that was weird. A little freaky. Anyway, so, anyway, want to let you guys know that this is an extremely interesting footage to look at. Look up Brian Willard's statement. See what he says about the windows. Thanks, Big D. Yeah, see what Willard says about the windows. So here you have, I mean, if anyone, like, all right, who could give us the best, who could be the one out of every cop in all of Metro, who would be the one that would have the best vantage point of the broken windows? Let me think. Could it be the guy with the helicopter right in front of the window? I think so. So maybe we should take his written statement into account and pay attention to what he's going to say. And not only is he a helicopter pilot right in front of the window who does several passes, but he also has a FLIR camera. So he can chill out, zoom in, zoom out. He can do all kinds of stuff. So he goes looking for this broken window. You can see this on FLIR. And he kind of gives up. He's like, oh, whatever. There's no broken window here. So then he sees people running around on the tarmac. He goes out on the tarmac and he gets on his loudspeaker, he says. He starts yelling at people, you know, and then he clears the tarmac. He shines his light. And then and then when does he find and then he goes back, I think, and later on there's a broken window. But he couldn't see it the first time. When he did like a bunch of passes, he couldn't find it. And he couldn't find it with his FLIR camera, even though, you know, it's obvious it's a 32nd floor. Everyone in the world knows it's 32nd floor. I don't know why he couldn't find it. So, anyway, interesting stuff, guys. I got to get back to editing. I've got so much content to share with you all. So much content. But for the folks that are on board now, there's like 10 people on board watching. Thanks for bearing with me. Hey, Mr. Martin, I don't know what really happened, okay? I don't know what really happened. I'm trying to figure that out. I try not to speculate. Yeah, I don't know. I just try to match data points and try to share those with folks. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I don't know. It's really sad. I mean, a lot of people were injured. A lot of people lost their lives. I don't know what happened. I just know that Officer Willard, who's a helicopter pilot, who's right in front of the window, said he didn't see broken windows. And he had FLIR camera. So you would think, like, all right, you're flying in and your main job is to probably observe. So your main job is to observe. You're in an observation helicopter. You're the first helicopter on scene, and you can't find a broken window. You think you would keep trying, right? Like, you'd be like, hey, guys, where's this window? Where's this window you guys said he was shooting out of? Because I can't find it. Can you just tell me where it is? Because I'm looking for it, guys. And it seems like that's what he did. Like, he did a bunch of... He circled the building a few times. We have this on FLIR. So he circles the building a few times and just can't find it. He just couldn't find it. He's like, I gotta, well, I guess there's people on the tarmac. I gotta help out. So he goes out and helps out people on the tarmac. And then he comes back later and he takes a photo with his FLIR and boom, there's broken windows. He's like, there they were. Oh, I must have missed them. The first like 8 times that I circled the building, I must have missed those broken windows. How did I miss that? Oh my goodness. How did we miss that? How did we miss those broken windows? They weren't there earlier, but I don't know. I mean, maybe there was reflections in the glass are tricky. I don't know. All right, I gotta get to work. Mr. Martin, thanks for your comments. Thanks to everyone for your comments. Finally got this out. It's like Act 4. It's like Act 4. It took me four tries to get this out, which is crazy. But But yeah, do your research if you can. Take a look at the FLIR video that I'm referring to. Look at Woolard's statement yourself. Google Brian Woolard. I mean, he's one of the helicopter pilots that flies their new $10 million helicopter. He's in that helicopter. I mean, the guy is the real deal. He seems, and I really like his statement. His statement is backed up by so many data points. And he's on video. I mean, geez. Hey, Angelica, thank you. And thank you, too, for your hard work. And thanks for your support. Yeah, so, yeah, I'll leave it open a little bit. If there's any questions or commentary regarding Woolard's statement, just ask me now. And I'll roll with it for like another 5 minutes. But I want to get these edits out there because I think it would make a fun video, just an informative video. Looks like oh, here we go. There's a lot of evidence going against the narrative. Well, I think Sheriff Joe figured that out right away because he changed his story with every press conference. And he said, well, things are going to change, because everything's messed up here. I don't know. We just have body cam video and, video. You can't really trust video. Yeah, and it's got timestamps, but, time is weird. Who knows what time means? Time is this weird constant. It's really not constant. I mean, whatever. I mean, those dudes created they were the first conspiracy theorists. The sheriffs were the first conspiracy theorists. Did you ever notice on the FLIR what looked like an open door and window on second floor? No, I haven't. I'll take a look at that. If you want to timestamp it for me in the chat or in the notes, I'll take a look at it. I did not notice it. And it is a circus. It's crazy. It's frightening, though. It's because this is the biggest mass shooting in U.S. history. And you're right, Mr. Martin. This whole thing is a circus until they shut it down. Hey, Mr. Collins. Yeah, thanks. I'll get the word out. I appreciate your note on that one. It is scary, Mr. Martin. It's very scary. It's super scary because, basically what we're saying is we've got a police force that's the most armed police force in the United States, pretty much. And when people die, we're not allowed to ask questions. It's weird. It's just strange. Yeah, that FLIR was so close to 134 and 135, but we never quite got it there. I don't know. I mean, maybe because on video, there is no broken window. I don't know. Was that FLIR footage edited? I don't know. That's a question. Like, was that FLIR footage edited? How come we never quite see 134, 135 after 8 passes and the helicopter pilot looking for it? And the helicopter pilot says it's not there. I believe him. I believe the helicopter pilot. Pilots, I trust that pilot. I trust Brian Woolard. He said there's no broken window. I don't think he saw a broken window. And he was in a helicopter. But some dude, I don't know his name, grabbed binoculars and looked, and he saw a silhouette on a shooting platform, and he saw a broken window, and that's in the final report. But the helicopter that flew right in front, that had FLIR technology, that could zoom in, zoom out at night, they didn't see a broken window. That's weird. Real weird. But Brian Woolard's statement doesn't get into the final report, even though he's in a helicopter and he had FLIR. They're like, Balanik. Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't want to include Woolard's statement in this, even though he's in the helicopter and he would be the most reliable witness because there were 2 guys in that helicopter. Like, what about Oberding? Like, why didn't Oberding? There were 2 guys. It wasn't just one. It was 2 guys in the helicopter. You don't think Oberding would be like, hey, dude, hey, Brian, look, there's a broken window. Oh, there's a broken window. Let's get it for evidence sake on the FLIR. All right, let me just manipulate the FLIR, get it there. All right. No, there were 2 guys. So, if Woolard's buddy saw it, the other flight officer, Ali M, they get there. It's on Flight Radar 24. It's on, they get there like right around 10:22-ish, 10:20 to 10:22-ish is when he gets there. I'll have to check. Just off the top of my head. But it's right around that 10:20-ish time period when he's like right in front of the Mandalay Bay. and then he does a few laps and stuff, and then he gets there. Okay. So anyway, it's something to look at. Yeah, no, I like Hoover's videos. They're cool. Yeah, he's got those guys do a great job editing videos, and the music they use is cool, and they do a really nice job cutting up data. So I watch a lot of his videos. They're fun to watch for sure. And he keeps the discussion going, which is important. Yeah, exactly. He said he uses PA and loudspeaker to warn people. So he was yelling at people with his helicopter. Hi, Diana. Oh, Diane, I'm sorry. My eyes can't see the E that well from this distance. Oh, the visibility, 2K feet. Why is the visibility that hard? He's right in front of the hotel in a helicopter. You can't get any closer. The only way you get closer is if you're in the room. And he's got a FLIR camera. If the visibility were bad, the visibility would have been bad on the FLIR camera where they've got the clear photo of the two broken windows. So we've got a comparison from like less than an hour later. We've got a comparison. We've got a clear view of two broken windows. But that's after Woolard already said he couldn't find the broken windows. And he does a bunch of laps. He's like, I can't find these broken windows. And he's got another flight officer. He's like, can you find the window? I don't know where the window is. Where's this window? We're here to find a window. I mean, come on. This is freaking crazy. How could the first helicopter pilot on scene not see the broken window from where they were firing the biggest mass shooting in history? And this isn't like it just happened. He hadn't been firing for about 6 or 7 minutes after firing for like 10 minutes on and off. So this is like, it's like 15 to 17 minutes after the initial volley. Like it took Metro that long and he still can't find a broken window? What are they saying? What was I reading? Why didn't anyone in the mainstream media interview Brian Woolard? I don't understand that. Why doesn't a real reporter, like I'm just a YouTuber, right? So why doesn't a real reporter like say, oh, this is weird. Look at this statement. Wow. This is weird. So the first helicopter pilot on scene with FLIR technology and incredible optics puts in a statement that after multiple rounds around the helicopter, he couldn't find a broken window. What? And nobody picks up on this? Las Vegas Review-Journal wasn't interested in the story, or did they just not see this? I mean, 60 Minutes? 60 Minutes, they were quick, The 60 Minutes was out there right away. We had Bitsko and Newton. Newton was talking about this note that was Googled, and Bitsko said, oh, I was afraid to go out the window because I was afraid to go out the window because there were snipers out there, so I didn't go near the window. And yeah, but Ali, I saw your note. Yeah, he flies away and he comes back and he's like, there's a broken window. Let me get that on the FLIR. Look at this. Let me get it on the FLIR. There's a broken window. I don't know what I was thinking. And I had another flight officer with me. I don't know what he was thinking either. I don't know. Because you know who has good eyes? Pilots. Yeah. That's actually a problem. Because pilots usually have really good eyes. Because pilots can't fly with bad eyes. So out of every officer statement you get, out of every officer statement we read, there's one assumption that we know is true. That those pilots probably have really, really good eyesight. Because you need to have the eyesight in order to pass your flight exam. You need to be cleared. And vision's the #1 thing. So what we're saying is, two guys with exceptional vision for their age, at least good enough to be a tactical helicopter pilot. And we're not even talking a recreational helicopter pilot, which is hard to do. These guys are tactical helicopter pilots. They practice flying night vision operations. Just look at the maneuvers they were doing that night. These are tight maneuvers. These are top-notch helicopter pilots. They're running optics in the background. They're flying with snipers on the skids, right? And they're also trained for very difficult hot weather operations in the desert where you're saving people. These are the best helicopter pilots like you'll get in law enforcement. I mean, they're incredible helicopter pilots with incredible eyesight. And they didn't see a broken window. Two dudes with FLIR technology. Two guys with FLIR technology. Well, I don't know if Oberning saw it because I haven't seen his written statement. I'm just going to guess that if he saw it, he would have tipped off the guy next to him and said, oh, no, it's over there. It's over there. It's over there. I just saw it. Oh, there it is. I missed it. I don't know how I missed it. No. That isn't what Woolard said. Woolard says he did multiple spins around and never saw a broken window. Yeah, never saw a broken window. Why couldn't he see a broken window? Maybe it was because it was smoke in front of the broken window. I don't know. Maybe was there still smoke after 8? I don't know. I'm really having a hard time. If someone could please tell me a good explanation of why the helicopter pilot with a flight officer next to him or in the back seat and a FLIR camera, why that crew, let's just say the crew of Metro 5, could not see a broken window. Ali, thanks for adding. Yeah, everybody should check out this statement. Don't take my word for it. Okay, don't take my word for it. This is his statement. Google him. He's in videos with Steve Morris, the chief helicopter pilot. But Morris wasn't in a helicopter. Morris was holding a machine gun or an automatic weapon leading point on the 32nd floor. So he was about to save the day on the 32nd floor with his machine gun, but he's a chief helicopter pilot. But his other helicopter pilot, Woolard, couldn't find a broken window. Why couldn't he find a broken window? I don't know. Does anyone have a good explanation? Yeah, I'm open. Yeah, he was like 300 feet off the ground. That's not that high. That's not that high for a helicopter. He's 300 feet off the ground. And he had a FLIR. So he could have sat back at 50 feet off the ground and just zoomed in on the FLIR. So I don't know if altitude's an interesting discussion. I don't really know how it's relevant to whether or not he could see a broken window. But thanks for asking. It's just, helicopters are operating, close to the ground all the time. So I think what we've got to do is try to see, why couldn't this helicopter pilot find a broken window after multiple passes? I could see if he just went by and he's scared of getting shot at, but he could have just sat back. Actually, we have that on FLIR where, I don't know, Ali M. I haven't seen any videos of a loudspeaker warning people. I haven't seen that. It might be out there in some of the new footage, but I've not. Oh, how did I figure he was at 300 feet? Good question. So I saw him on video at operating around 300 feet. The Mandalay Bay is like around 300 feet off the ground. So, plus or minus 100, let's say, maybe 200. So he's less than 1,000 feet. So anyway, if there's any other commentary, this is a great discussion, regarding Woolard's statement. So, an officer in the venue warning people with a megaphone. Oh, thanks, Diana. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're trying to, Ali's asking about, Ali was talking about a loudspeaker in Woolard's statement. He said he spoke on the loudspeaker warning people. So actually, that's one part of his statement that I don't see video for. There might be video. There might be witness statements about that. A link to his statement. If you go to archive, if you Google archive.org, officer statements, Las Vegas shooting, you could probably do a quick. You could probably do a quick Google search and find it. And then you just do a text search, because they're all in like one document. Do a text search for Woolard. and then you'll get to his statement. Just by doing that. Yeah, it's like archive.org. I'll put the link in the notes, but it's archive.org, officer statements, Las Vegas shooting. That general Google will help you get to where you gotta go. The FLIR footage, I've got it in my Don't Believe the FLIR video. So that's the FLIR from like when he first gets there. So, oh yeah, the video of the helicopter like around 300 feet. Yeah, when he first arrives, you can see it in that Raymond Page video as the pickup truck is driving up north. Hey Don, thank you. I appreciate all the support with that, with the resources. Yeah, so anyway, so if you want to prepare, do your homework on this stuff, I'm gonna get to editing, try to get the story out there. I think it's, you know, if there's other folks too, and I just encourage everybody, don't be shy with your videos. You know, it's a pretty good community, with the exception of a few things you gotta learn how to deal with. But if you know, don't be shy about making a video. If you have something quick you want to say, just put it together and say it. Even if you're just sharing photographs, you can use iMovie and share stills. Or if you've got a snippet of someone talking on a 9/11 call that's interesting, you know, just pop it into an audio file and slip it into iMovie and pop it out there. You know, I think it's good that we're seeing a lot more people now developing content, and we need more and more content about this topic. So it's not limited to just a few folks. Yeah, I don't know, Diana. I don't know. I'm trying hard enough just to figure out what happened. I can't spin my wheels trying to find out the whys and the what happened, like what could have happened or what the reason is. I'm just trying to look at what people say and the data I have to figure out what happened and try to put those pieces of the puzzle together. I mean, even the sheriffs had a hard time putting all their body cam data together to create a narrative early on, right? So, you know, I'm just doing my best to try to see what other reference points I have to give folks the data that's out there and to, you know, have a fun discussion about it. So anyway, that's a theory, Ali. That's a theory. So, no, Mos, hey, thanks. No, that's cool. UFO UK Hunter, I was about to get off and you did a cameo appearance. It was Connor, I lost what you said. UFO UK Hunter, I lost that. How do I look at it? Is it here? Let me see. Oh, here we go. UK Hunter. Where's your... How do we say the shots Hendricks heard and was caught on camera? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe they came from somewhere else. Maybe they came from 29th floor. Maybe something was going on the 29th floor. Maybe they came from 31st floor, 30th floor. I don't know. Maybe they came from upstairs, the 33rd floor. I don't know. I don't know. It's UFO UK Hunter. That's a UK UFO Hunter. That's a good point. I don't know. I'm just you know, I'm just going with what Willard says, and you know, he had. It's one thing if we say, all right, it wasn't on the FLIR. Yeah, great question. I don't know. What I do know is I do know this. I found a video with a missing second in it on the timeline. You know, I see the clock ticking, even have a timestamp on it, and there's a second missing. It skips. It goes 33, there goes 32 to 34. It goes 32 to 34. So, yeah, I mean, if there's a second missing in a video, what else is missing in these videos? Or what else was added in these videos? I don't know. I mean, there's multiple examples of these videos being edited. We know that. We've got missing audio at certain points. We've got, you know, the fuzzy fog. So, oh wow, I got a drone visiting me. Do you see the drone in the air? Where is it? Right there. I don't see the drone pilot. This drone, where is it? Where's that drone? Whoa, where is it? Oh, he just flew away. That was crazy. Crazy, a drone. That was nuts. Anyway, all right. So I'm gonna sign off. Good luck. Please do your research. Um, you know, share it in the notes and have a great day. Thanks to all of you, and be safe. Bye bye.